Hi, welcome to the fourth installment of our Healthy Grocery Store Tours. In this last installment, we're going to be talking about grains, breads, rice, pasta, crackers, everyone's favorite carbohydrates, which y'all have not seen a lot of in the past couple weeks, but we'll slowly start reintroducing them as more of a sustainable eating plan. So I just want to give you a few guidance when you do eat bread, pastas, things like that, what we're looking for. So a lot of us know that whole wheat is better than white breads. Whole wheat means we're using the whole grain, the bran, which contains the great, wonderful, heart-healthy fiber, and we're getting the germ in there too, which is the part of the grain that contains natural vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats. So we know that we're looking for something that says 100% whole wheat, but due to marketing strategies, I always encourage people to flip the product over, and we're going to look at that ingredient list. You can't really see it from there, but next time you go to the grocery store, what we're looking for is that very first ingredient to say something like this: stone ground whole wheat flour. Okay, we're looking for that first ingredient to say whole wheat. That's opposed to this, a nice honey wheat, sounds healthy, but when we look at the ingredient list, the first ingredient says unbleached, enriched flour. This means that that flour grain was removed of the bran and removed of the germ and then enriched back with synthesized vitamins and minerals. So we're not getting all the natural healthy stuff in here. I always encourage going with the whole wheat variety and looking at the ingredient list to make sure you're absolutely certain of what you're getting. People think of rice when they think of grains. So here's the lowdown on rice. You definitely want to avoid any more refined rice products. Once again, the white rice, not as beneficial as the brown rice. So we know that we'll be better off passing on the white varieties and choosing a brown or a wild rice to get those whole grain benefits. Something else to consider when it comes to rice though, even if we look for this nice long grain and wild rice, this product comes with 760 milligrams of sodium per serving. So you're getting a lot more than that than just the grain. You're getting a lot of added sodium, which is not going to be beneficial for most people. So this is where I encourage you to look down in the aisle at the brown bagged rice. Takes a little longer to cook, but all you're getting is the brown rice in there with no added sodium. You can make a big batch if you eat rice often so that you don't have to cook it every night. Now, if you just absolutely don't like brown rice, you could always try cooking it in a low sodium chicken broth or adding some herbs to the cooking water like rosemary or thyme to give it a little flavor. Or you can try some of the other whole grain options that are available in the grocery store. If you're looking for a gluten-free option, obviously brown rice, but most of us have also heard of quinoa these days. This is a very high protein. It's actually a pseudo seed, not quite a grain by biology, but it still is going to give us a lot of those whole grain benefits, so that can take the place of rice. If you're going to buy something like couscous, you still want to look for the whole wheat variety. Couscous, just plain couscous, is still a refined grain, so make sure you look for that ingredient list. We're looking for whole wheat as the first word. We see some other options in most grocery stores. You might find something like millet or teff. Or amaranth. Those are some other options for gluten-free grains. So don't be afraid to look around a little bit and see what else is out there for you. When it comes to whole grains, one of my favorite snacks is a whole grain choice, and that's popcorn. So a lot of my clients I hear are craving salty, crunchy snacks. You're going to do better choosing a whole grain variety like popcorn, a lightly salted, low-fat variety, or you can always choose the plain kernels and pop them yourself. And you're once again going to get that fiber, those healthy vitamins and minerals, as opposed to a refined grain snack that's like a pretzel or a white cracker. So that's just one example of something you could choose to improve your snack time. Alright, here we are with forbidden diet food pasta. Now, when it comes to carb choices, it's not just about carbs or no carbs, it's about the portion and the kind of carbs. So we've talked a lot about choosing whole grains. The same goes for pasta. So we can skip over the refined white pastas and we can look for a whole grain variety. Once again, what we're looking for is that first ingredient. I know you can't read it there, but it says whole grain durum wheat flour. So that's what we're looking for. Alright, when it comes to cereals, it can be a difficult task to select a good one that's low in sugar, high in protein and fiber, the things that are going to get you through your morning. So I just want you to start getting in the habit of reading labels when you're picking out your breakfast cereal. Some of the guidelines I say is 10 grams of sugar or less, look for around 5 grams of protein or more if you can, and at least 2 grams of fiber. That's the absolute bare minimum. We should really be getting more in our cereal bowls in the morning. Some of the options you might go for, I know Kashi's generally a very healthy brand, but I still encourage you to look at the labels, looking for the varieties that have 10 grams of sugar or less. Your Golden Crunch does. Some of these other varieties that have more flavor are going to have a little bit more sugar.